You're about to yell, you're about to shut down because your kids just hit that button again. But what if I told you in just 90 seconds, you can begin to shift everything? You can shift from reacting to responding. You can begin to rewire those old patterns and habits in just 90 seconds. This isn't a trick. This is neuroscience. It's brain rewiring. And this 90-second reset is how we stop reacting from the past and we start parenting from power, from awareness, and from the present moment. I'm Julie Cornish, and I am the founder of the Rewired Parent, a place where we transform our parenting from the inside out. Your child isn't triggering you because you're a bad parent or because they're a bad kid. You're being triggered from unprocessed patterns, old wiring from childhood, traumas, and stress that still lives in your nervous system. Here's the truth. You can't think your way out of these triggers, but you can feel your way through them and rewire it in real time. I'm going to show you how. Step one is noticing the activation or the trigger. I want you to recognize when there's that heat in your chest, that tightness in your throat, when your hands clench or your jaw gets tight, those moments when you begin to feel that trigger. That's your nervous system trying to protect you. And when you begin this process, this 90-second practice, let's start this practice in smaller moments, in smaller triggers, things that are more, you feel the irritation, but it isn't incredibly overwhelming. We want to build a foundation, but we need to start with smaller moments. These are going to be moments when your kid is yelling, when they're whining, when they're rolling your eyes at you. Start with those moments, and that will set the foundation for the larger moments. And with each practice, you will get more and more results. When you feel yourself begin to be triggered, pause, breathe, say silently or out loud, this is a pattern, and I'm safe to pause. It may feel strange at first, but it is incredibly powerful to remind your nervous system that you are safe. I remind my children of that all the time. Start a 90-second timer on your phone, your kitchen timer, whatever you have. This isn't about fixing. This is about feeling. So you get your timer going, and I want you just to breathe. If you don't have a timer, just count slowly. That's okay. And we're going to access a regulated memory, a memory that brings a feeling of calm, of safety, of being loved. Maybe it's just a quiet cup of coffee. Maybe it's a hug. Maybe it's kind words from a friend or a moment that you felt really connected with your child. And I want you to anchor into that feeling, not the story, but the feeling that it brought you. Now we want to pair the emotion with new words. While holding that emotion, I want you to say that new emotion, or not that remembered emotion, that emotion of calm, that emotion of connection, that emotion of love. And I want you to say slowly, either out loud or to yourself, I'm safe. I can respond. I choose calm. Repeat it, feel it. Let your body start to believe it while you breathe in and out. Let the energy move. Keep breathing. You might feel a shift, a wave. This is the interrupting of the pattern, not with shame, not with control, but with presence. Every time you practice this, you're opening up space between the trigger and your choice. You're opening up a window, you're widening that gap so that you can begin to more easily respond from a place of awareness, from a place of compassion and presence. You're rewiring your stress response and building real emotional safety in yourself and within your child. And this practice can be done with not just parenting triggers, but with any old belief or pattern that you would like to replace with something new. And this is deep generational work. This is going back through your parents and your grandparents and so on and so forth. And you're breaking the cycle now and passing on a new legacy to your child. And that is sacred, beautiful work. So give yourself compassion and a little gratitude for the work you're putting in. And a reminder of this kind of work, of this rewiring, it has a compounding effect. The more you do it, the more results you're going to get and the more effective it will become and the easier it'll get. And once you've got this practice down, once you're feeling comfortable with it, you can begin to teach it to your children. This will be a beautiful tool for them to have for self-regulation, and it can be adjusted to your child's age. The words that you choose would be appropriate for however old they are. If they're little kids, you can say, let's practice our, superhero calming technique or our, fairy calming technique. Or if it's a teenager, you could just give them the adult version. If it's a middle schooler, you can call it a manifestation hack. Whatever is going to resonate and relate, what you call it doesn't really matter. However it relates and opens up space for your child is what's important. So once you felt the power of this practice, once you feel comfortable with it, let's share it with the children. And here's a little practice on that. So you're just going to invite them in. First, you've been modeling for them. You've been modeling it for them as you've been doing it already. So they have that model. And if they're seeing you do it, maybe they've already asked questions, or maybe you can just invite them in. Would you like to practice this with me? And I have attached below a little printable for your guide to remember how to do this, and then a little guide on how you can take your children through it. But we'll go over it a little bit here as well. And so you would just start by asking them, would you like to do this with me? Would you like to practice? And then invite them into the process by saying something like, let's think of a time when we felt happy and calm. And you're bringing them into that memory and invite them into a nice breath. You might need to help them remember a time when they were feeling happy and calm. And you're not just teaching them regulation, you're showing them that all of the feelings are safe to feel and allowing those feelings to move through them rather than to stay in their body. And so again, grab that printable in the description and it'll take you through the process for yourself and for your child. And I just want to remind you that your healing matters, that your growth matters, and that you matter deeply. And this 90-second practice can ripple across generations. This will be effective for you in so many areas of your life. It'll begin to set a beautiful foundation for your child to have emotional regulation and emotional safety. And that has such a beautiful effect on the entire rest of their life. Imagine if you had learned this when you were a child, how much more calm and regulated you could be now of healing those patterns early on. So if this video helped you, if you enjoyed it, if you've received benefit from it, please like and subscribe. It helps me greatly. I love to see that people are seeing the work that I'm doing and it's helping them. That's why I'm here, and it brings me such joy to know that people are receiving this information. And also let me know in the comments if you tried it. I would love to know if you tried it, how it worked, and how it felt for you. And I look forward to the next video. I look forward to seeing you again. And thank you so much for showing up, for the work you're doing, and for supporting your children, yourself, and your family. And I hope you have a great day.